turning. I'm refreshing my page.
3 seconds into my first StreamYard where I am the host and have a special guest, Bryan Lifshitz, here in the hot seat with me.
Hello.
And I don't know if we're recording. I am hoping that we are. If nothing else, we're just going to have an adventure, and we're going to talk about being thought leaders. And did you need to go to the other room? What do you need to do?
Yep, I want to share the post. I just want to wait to see it pop up on your page here.
Okay, me too.
So I can share it.
Yes, there it is. Oh my God, this is so
there
cool.
It is. Oh my God, I'm live. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so let me share this.
Right? That's us.
Yep. Let me see here. Share now. So let me share it to we'll share it personally. Did that. And let's share it to a page. And we're going to share it to Piggyback Rider. The co-inventor is live. Boom.
We'll see. We'll see who lets me. It says it's posting, so I'm sharing it with Crush It, and I don't know about whether I can put it over at Big Ass Calendar Club. I would hate to get in trouble. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I've got it shared there on my personal. I'm gonna run to the other room.
My very, very first StreamYard, and Bryan and I are speaking on Friday at Eliances. They have Eliances is where entrepreneurs align. Did we tag them? I didn't ask them to join. That's something. There we go. Sharing. All right. All right. Sharing is caring, and this is fun. This is fun. But how do we see if people are commenting?
I don't know. Those are private chat on StreamYard.
Right. Well, thank you for joining us, for the 3 people that are on so far. And I like your studio, and I think we should just get on it, because if it does record, we can share it later, and people will be able to get to that. We're getting to the point really fast. So Bryan and I are both speaking Friday in a free webinar. It's normally $99 for non-members to go to any Eliances event, and it's full of startups, investors, people who have built major companies, big entrepreneur types. Like, who are some of the inventors in Eliances? Do you know?
Well, there's an amazing gentleman, Zoltan. He is creating global air cylinder wheels that are twice as big as your house, and they basically go on the earth movers. And I've never seen anything like it, and he's developed this amazing thing. He's going to save the mining industry like millions of dollars every year just by using his wheel. That's some of the people that you can meet at Eliances, as well as many athletes, some celebrities like the 2 of us. We're live, so that means we're celebrities. Just phenomenal organization with people here in Phoenix, Arizona, Scottsdale, and now throughout the nation.
Yeah, right. They have 2 other offices, and David Kogan, the founder, has a Heroes radio show, and he's interviewed people like Richard Branson, James Cameron. I tuned in for that one, the filmmaker, and there's a lot of brilliant minds, and they are inviting us. You're going to be talking about e-commerce. What a better guy. I mean, even though your expertise that you're giving the world right now is all about branding in a major way. I mean, who better than a guy who you didn't even tell me you had 100 million views on your video for Piggyback Rider.
Surprise.
I don't know how they picked e-commerce and a matchmaker to co-present, but do you know what I told them the title could be? Remember that? The pitch was, what do e-commerce and matchmaking have in common? You hope that your package arrives as pictured.
Yes. I love it.
Isn't that pretty cool?
I love it.
That's fun.
I actually referenced something like that on the Tuesday roundtable, talking about packages when I was talking about you and I. And if you're looking for a matchmaker, Roseann Higgins is the person to go for. But if you're looking to fill that package, then I'm in the e-commerce business, so we can help too. But anyway, enough about me.
So tell us all about Piggyback Rider. And I mean, it's an amazing story.
So yeah, very quickly, I've got some great photos here to show you because, you know, we're in the digital age, but I don't know how to do it. So I'm going to show you the good old fashioned way with some photos.
Okay.
So this is a photo of me and my daughter. The very first time we used, excuse me, not the very first time. This is me mowing the lawn. Okay. And then this is the first time I used the prototype Piggyback Rider with my daughter.
Okay. So were those
mowing the lawn
the same day, and you staged what it was like not to have that and to have that?
No. Okay. Same day. So basically what happened was I used to mow my lawn here in North Phoenix. I had a lot of lawn. And it was frustrating. My daughter, Nikki, at 18 months, loved doing stuff with me, but this was too loud. It was too hot, too noisy, and she was always upset. So my brother had created the initial prototype for the Piggyback Rider. My wife was sitting inside, and she saw my daughter sitting out the front window looking and watching me mow the lawn. She said, hey, you know, bring the daughter. So I had her under my arm, as you saw in the photo. And then about 20 minutes later, my daughter was upset. She went back inside and she came back out with the prototype that my brother sent me, which is this photo. Same day, same thing happening. My wife, so you know, I give my wife props here, Michelle. She said, hey, try this out. So I used this. I finished up the lawn. I went back inside, washed up. I called my brothers and I said, I'm in. Let's do this. And they said, you're in for what? And I said, let's make this thing happen because I've seen the value. This is just a prototype. And it was so easy because I'm standing up straight. I'm not holding my kid under one arm. She's not crying with the noise. She's up here. She can talk in my ear. You know, we had a great time. And, you know, really the rest is history and kind of going through it very quickly. This is our first trade show in Vegas. We did the ABC Kids and Baby Show. From there, so this is us not knowing anything. I'm the creative marketing one, so I went in and designed everything we needed and kind of ran the trade show booth for a week. Out of that, we actually got some celebrities and kind of moving around a little bit. You may know Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott, but out of that opportunity right in the beginning, what did I say? Dean McDermott and Tori Spelling, we found them at the event. Where's that photo? Here we go. We gave them a Piggyback Rider. So literally our first week launching our product in Las Vegas, it was used the following week by Dean McDermott, and this is Tori Spelling at a pumpkin patch.
And are you on Perez Hilton's magazine? What is that thing? Newsletter? What is that?
He's the one that actually, if you remember who he was, he liked to take celebrity photos.
I went to he would, you know, in New York City.
Right. Yeah. So he basically grabbed the photo that the paparazzi took, and then he put it on his website and doodled on it. And it, you know, it went viral, and we kind of went, oh, this is cool. Our publicist called us and said, hey, you know, you guys got some hits. So from there, I mean, it kind of has just spawned in the sense that we've been in OK Magazine, another issue of OK with Jen on it. We were in Touch, and these ones were, what's his name again? Liev Schreiber and Naomi Watts.
Oh, I was showing somebody and I didn't realize that's who that was. And they're like, that's Liev Schreiber. And I'm like, you mean like Ray Donovan?
Yep. So Liev, wherever it is, he loves carrying his kids and doing things. So he's got all the devices. He's got all the carriers. He got one of our products. Paparazzi got a photo of him. They put him in the OK Magazine many times. This was the follow-up edition.
Oh, I love that.
It just, we didn't really know what we didn't know, right? Yeah. This was like 2010-ish, 2011. So, you know, the whole idea of viral videos and viral, you know, Facebook was just getting started. We were like, we don't need Facebook. We don't need social media. And, you know, the funny thing is that's what's made us popular is exactly the things we didn't think we needed. So we've done a lot of trade shows. We've done a lot of events. My brothers and I created the product. We now sell it around the world. And basically we went from selling in brick and mortar stores back in the beginning, where we realized we weren't selling as many as we wanted to because there's only so many people walking into the stores. Matter of fact, there was an instance here, and I think it was Tempe. I went to an REI where I had the store. We were doing employee training, and the I was there later in the day and I watched a customer walk in and he looked at our product and he pulled up Amazon and he saw that one of my distributors was basically selling the product on Amazon, and the cost of what it was in the store was $5 more than what it was on Amazon. And then the guy left the store. And I kind of went, wait a minute, what? So fast forward a couple of years. Ultimately, the last 5 years, I've taken over the entire brand and the business to manage it and manufacture it and everything. My brothers have full-time careers and doing their professional lives. And this is a passion of mine, to kind of the product development, the innovation, the marketing, selling. I mean, I used to sell candy bars when I was 8 years old. Quick side story. I was born in South Africa. I moved to the United States in 1980. My grandparents used to fly from South Africa all the way over. They would bring over suitcases full of candy. Well, that was my first experience of being a businessman, because I basically got free candy and I sold it for 100% profit, and I made a lot of money. And so it was every summer.
100% profit times zero is still zero.
Yeah, well, it was absolutely amazing. I didn't have to pay a dime, and I made all the money. So, that being, pardon me?
How come you don't have an accent?
Because I was too young.
How old were you?
I could put it on for you, eh? Would you like to talk about some water?
Have you seen the fish called Wanda?
Oh yeah.
Make her excited. I love it. Yeah, that's fun.
And so the whole sales aspect of it, when I took it over 5 years ago, my dad was running the back end. He was basically doing our daily orders. He was our CFO. I was taking care of sales and marketing and manufacturing. And I went to my dad and I said, look, this is like the end of 2016. I said, I've got a gut feeling. I think we've got a good product here. Something's going to happen. We've got to be ready. It was 18 steps for us to receive an order online for my dad to process it. So we decided at that time, we left brick and mortar. We got rid of all of the stores we were selling in. We got rid of all the distributors online, and we became the seller online everywhere. My dad and I kind of revamped the business. And in 2016, we basically got tutoring advice from somebody else who had been selling on Amazon. They were doing really well, and they wanted to now help other people have the success. So we happened to be their first clients. They loved our product and they loved the opportunity. It was not teeny tiny, but it wasn't massive. It was something manageable. And then from there, our sales just took off, because we just did what, basically was that minimal amount of work that you need to do online, and you're going to reap the benefits. So from there, we basically had the opportunity where I said, okay, we're completely online. We're doing this whole Amazon thing. At the end of 2016, we ended our contract with those people. I said to my dad, hey, I think we're going to go viral. I mean, you don't know when it's going to happen, but I said, if we do, we need to be prepared. And May 12th, 2017 is when it hit. A page on Facebook called Insider Inventions contacted me several months prior and said, hey, we found your product. We like it. We'd like to talk to you about it. We'd like to do a story. I said, great. What does that mean? How much does that cost? And ultimately, we worked together. We collaborated. They used all my personal videos, and they crafted a 45-second video. And they put it on their page, Insider Invention, with about 1.8 million followers. And that went viral. It was on a Friday, May 12th, 2017. At noon, my brother and I was on the phone about 5 minutes to noon when we had learned a lot of this had happened. And we saw the video view count basically go past 1 million.
Wow.
And that's when I went, wait, what's happening? What's happening? And then we started hearing just our phones basically making the cha-ching sound, which is every e-commerce seller's, dream, is hearing your phone sound like a cash register.
Yeah.
And my dad and I have never high-fived my dad so many times in my life. And for the next week, and when I tell you the story, at the end of Friday, we got 10 million views.
How many?
I don't remember, but basically 7 days later, we had sold out of all of our inventory on Amazon and our website. So we were I was air freighting product from China, which cost us a lot of money, but it's what you do, because we actually had 30-day back order, and Amazon was going to start canceling those orders. That one video, by the end, so Friday was 10 million views, Saturday was 10 million views, Sunday was 10 million views. So we had 30 million views by Monday morning, and we had basically seen,
like,
yeah, I mean, it's, I still don't, I mean, I still don't, it hasn't quite hit me, to be honest. It's just like, whatever, right? Because it's not sustainable. So, that one video now has 60 million video views. Excuse me, 61 million video views. I'm going to show you something else I made. This little graphic very quickly kind of shows that we started out, no, sorry, my apologies, with 100 million video views.
Oh, I'm going to
we got 68 other content producers making videos for us.
Yeah, hold that up. I wish. Okay. Let me see if I can do this way.
No, I mean, you can't really read it. I'm just kind of showing you that one video, which go online, go to Facebook, type in Piggyback Rider. You'll see all the videos. You'll see the big one there. That one video on Insider Invention, they only had 1.8 million followers, but it got us 60 million video views. Why? Because again, knowing your audience, that everybody on that page loves inventions. So we created an innovative invention, and what did they do? They shared that with 10 of their closest friends. And 8 out of those 10 people bought.
I want to hear, you told me about how a girl at a concert said her boyfriend could use it if he could see.
Whoop. Yeah, so the result of this one video basically got us 68 other content producers making more videos, which got us another 40 million views. Okay.
And you tracked that. How do you track
I did. I made an Excel spreadsheet, and we went in and we looked at the video views, and we copied everything in and the dates, and basically tracked it, because I didn't count. That's why I had to do the Excel spreadsheet to add up 100 million for me, because I wasn't going to do that myself.
And what were you able to create as a result of having all this data with the company? What were you able to create by having this? Did you modify marketing messages? Did you target? Did you make certain?
You know what?
Analyze
it told us a lot, not only about kind of our company, our product, what people are seeing in the video, what they think they see, what they think they know. We had a lot of people telling us it's a dumb idea, and really that's why we were successful, because when you have a lot of the haters, then hopefully you have a lot of the nice people out there that band together and they start saying the positive things. And that's really what made this viral, is people saying, well, why do I need to carry that kind of a kid? Why do I got to carry a toddler? And I totally agree, but I also have kids, and I also know that you got to carry kids. And if you don't carry them, you're either dragging them or you're leaving them. And if you're not dragging them and leaving them, guess what? You're carrying them. So we just give you another option on how to carry. And so that it almost was, people were fighting online whether it was a good or bad product, but I didn't care, because the sales were trickling in.
So if we were Shark Tank, my next question, if I were one of the 5 people in this, would be, what's coming next? What else are you going to invent?
So, well, the 100 million video views. Oh no,
your mic changed.
This kicked out now.
Can't there, you're good. You're good.
Hopefully you can hear me. Let me see if I can turn this up. Sorry. Somebody just called me and it kicked over my headset off. So the 100 million video views led 1 year later into the date, in 2018, somebody on Instagram to take our main image on, oh, this is so bad, but I'm so sorry, people, wherever it is, right there, that image on Amazon is our main image. And she created a meme that said, when you're a girl and 5'1" and want to see Ed Sheeran in concert. And basically she was, doing a shout out to all of the short friends out there saying, here's a great product. That got almost 400,000 likes in a matter of days. We sold out of all of our products again. There was like 42,000 comments. One of those comments was Ed Sheeran himself. He commented on it and said, hey, this is cool. Of course, I try to reach out many times, and no luck. But hey, he commented, and I'm pretty happy. Then a few months later, somebody else posted it on Instagram on a different following with 50 million people, and we got another 500,000 likes. And then in March of 2019, Elon Musk took the same photo, put it on Twitter, uploaded it to Twitter, not a retweet, but a new one, a new tweet, I guess, not a retweet. And he said, basically, this is extremely important merch. And again, we can see a spike in sales on that day on our charts because we know nothing else really hit big other than the fact that we got 295,000 likes on the Twitter, on his page. And then YouTuber Logan Paul had bought products from us unbeknownst to us, and he ended up commenting on Elon Musk's tweet with a video of him and his buddies using my product in one of their videos that he put online. So basically, you asked me, what did I learn? We have a viral brand. We have a viral product. Would you have told me that in the beginning? Absolutely not. But we crafted, we innovated, and we created something that nobody else did. We decided to grab the balls and we moved forward. We put the money down, we put our heads to the paper. My brothers and I worked our butts off. And the last thing I want to say, you can answer me questions. I want to give kudos and shout out to the wives, my sister-in-law, Carrie, my sister-in-law, Eva, my wife, Michelle, and the 8 kids, because if it wasn't for them, none of this would happen. And, we've had our tough times, we've had our fights, but you know what? We've got something to show for it, and we all get excited when we hear that ka-ching sound.
Well, and it's an exciting difference that you made in the world. And I like it that you just said that you didn't see this happening. And it's kind of a perfect segue because we're both speaking as thought leaders. You're speaking on e-commerce, and I'm speaking from the frame of being a thought leader, whatever it is that's your superpower. And
Right.
And I was just telling somebody that when I was active duty in the Navy, if you would have told me, because I introduced a Navy diver to a newscaster in Panama City Beach, Florida, they got married, had 4 kids. But if you would have said you could make money off of that, I would have said, yeah. Yeah, if, Navy, that's the last thing that you would pay money to meet a girl. And and it's like the one place in the world where there are plenty of men, more men to women. It's a rare thing. Yeah. And so go years later, and an entrepreneur of the year, Edvard Richards, he said, why don't you create something nobody's doing? You love meeting people. And another guy at the Plaza Club, which was a high-end elite networking organization here in the Valley that was at the top of a skyscraper at Osborne and Central.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy had seen me meet attractive women. He said, Roseann, I'd pay you to meet them. And I'm like, what? And he says, those 2 girls you just were talking to. And I'm like, dude, make it happen. Get over there. He says, it doesn't work like that. So I did a ton of research and interviewed people from 50. Well, I interviewed singles, both men and women. I had focus groups. Not that you asked me about this, but we talked about this in advance that we're going to book.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to share this Friday. We're not talking about us at all on Friday. We're talking about other thought leaders. Like I'm going to bring up, like as a teaser, Alice Cooper. Yeah. He's in Arizona and a thought leader who changed things and is still a thought leader created Christmas pudding.
Well, this is a prelude to the excitement that's going to happen on Friday morning, and to show who we are and get people a little bit more interested.
So I created a job because girls said that they would never join a dating service in my women's focus group. And I'm like, what if I could create a way for this girl, if she was perfect for this guy, to meet without them like being a member of the same health club? I mean, if you are a member of the same health club, the odds of you, if a guy is so comfortable meeting you, how many other girls has he also been really comfortable meeting at your gym?
Right.
And you don't know anything about it. And you don't want to feel glommed on. And if you're a Christian, you go to one church, maybe one service regularly, and the odds of you even being at the coffee, at the exact same moment to have a social interaction that looks natural, not like you made a beeline down the other aisle and sat next to the most gorgeous girl in church. And she's like, who are you? The kind of a thing. Yeah. I remember somebody came over to me to talk to me at a church in Tempe. And it was just kind of odd because they wanted to talk during the service. And I'm like, but I found out what they were doing because I didn't know. It's like learning StreamYard today and figuring out how can we have both you and I on camera at the same time on multiple platforms. Well, I haven't mastered that yet, and I have to apply to do it on LinkedIn. But LinkedIn wants to see a regular pattern of video content to see what you'll talk about and if you are a fit for the LinkedIn brand. And I'm actually going to be quoting somebody who used to work for LinkedIn in my thought leadership because they are totally all about thought leadership. Isn't that awesome?
There you go.
So matchmaking, this was 26 years ago. This was before Google. I had to go to the library to research matchmaking and dating and being single and divorce. And I got Yellow Page ads from 58 cities. Yellow Page ads are no longer a part of my $1,000 a month budget that I used to pay for a quarter of a page ad to be under dating services.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but I did meet one of my clients at a US West small business seminar. He used to wear a fedora because the name of my company is SPIES, Single Professional Introductions, Especially Selective. And we're on the lookout for the love of your life. And I got to stand up. They said, does anybody here do something really unique that they're passionate about? And I'm like, bleep, bleep. You know, I could never have seen that from the Navy, that I would ever do that. But I did. And I said, men, successful, good looking, tall, nice, dateable, kissable men, hire me to go to events and find the beautiful women to the core that they would like to date and fall in love with. This guy comes up to me at intermission and he says, I want to hire you. And I'm like,
there you go.
And so who does he marry? He marries my assistant. He had to ask really special permission though, because I didn't let Lorinda, we did an off limits thing. Yeah. But,
well, it sounds like, so kind of mix it back together. When you talk about what you're talking about in the matchmaking, you know, thinking about the world of online and the world that you're kind of like the Google matchmaker, right? Because Google out there, and the same as Amazon, they're the matchmaker between the consumer and the product that they want.
Everything is matchmaking. Right? Yeah.
So, and
possibly desire, but
right. You have to understand,
put it all.
Nobody likes unwanted advances, right? And so that's very much like an unwanted ad on Facebook, on Amazon, on the TV, something that you don't care anything about.
And somebody and somehow they're all of a sudden marketing. Like, I know I said something about toning my arm, and all of a sudden I started seeing something that could magically remove it. And I'm just like, seriously? That's bad.
Right. So, you know, it's a much needed service between two parties that want to find the best of the best. And so you and I are both offering it in different means, different ways. But at the end of the day, you know, if you change out, I'm working with physical products. Well, I guess you're working with physical products too. You know, they're not downloadable.
Oh my God. Want to hear my latest story?
Sure.
Okay. So this guy hired me 2 weeks ago. I met him coming out of the Bret Michaels concert for the second time when Bob Parsons, who I knew, he was a Marine, I was in the Navy. We knew each other before he started GoDaddy. So that's been a while. I've been in business forever. And so he sold GoDaddy and bought the Harley Davidson dealership in Scottsdale and had Bret Michaels come to a concert. And it really wasn't, I go to so many different events to look for the right girls for my clients. And I felt like, I always feel like, darn, I didn't find anybody. If I feel like the Phoenix Open is a heyday, more for men than women, because there's a lot of gold diggers that go, and I protect my clients from that action. But I'm coming out of the Bret Michaels concert, and this really friendly, good-looking guy is walking with a friend, and we started chatting. I'm like, I remember you. He calls me recently, and he says, I'm ready to hire you. He says, Roseann, I repeatedly pick women that are bad for me, and I need your help, and I know I'm going to hire you. And I'm super protective, so I really want to know, okay, what's the repetition? What is it? Your addiction? You know, what's the thing you just can't resist? What's irresistible to you that's bad for you? Because when I meet a beautiful woman, nothing changes, I tell people. I don't have any confusion. I don't lose my train of thought. I look at their eye contact. I look at their smile. Are they really smiling from the heart and the soul? Or are they just smiling because they know I work with wealthy men? And I can ferret that out. Like this one girl who called, and I didn't finish that story about that guy. He called 2 weeks ago. Okay, so he comes in 2 weeks ago. And I thought of 3 women the day he hired me. And usually they come back within a week and we start talking about possibilities. And thank you for the people who are joining us and on the replay, by the way. I'm really glad you're there. And
hello, people.
Yes.
I don't know who's here, so I can't see anything but
Brian and
Roseann, so this is awesome.
We've seen
I can only focus on you.
And we are glad. This is just such an exciting opportunity. So he hires me, but I didn't think he would, because some guys are so good at approaching women, they're just so conversational. And he says, that's not it. It's because we had met before that he felt comfortable, but he had that John Schneider smile. I'm looking for a guy with a John Schneider smile myself. I'm putting it out there. That's my Misogi this year. I'm on this thing with Jesse Itzler, who created Marquis Jet Car, and he's married to Sarah Blakely, and you have a Misogi. What's your big thing that's really hard to get to, hard to reach? And my whole life, I've never been married. So putting it out to the universe that if you have the smile that, what is it? I'll know you by your smile. That's it.
There you go. I've got powers. I'm shooting them over to you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Blast them through this little camera, and it'll go out to where it needs to go to.
So this guy, he has this great smile, and he's also had a recent injury, and he was recovering, and he really wanted to wait till he's at full speed. I said, I want to see you on video. I want to see how fast. I said, can you make it to the backyard? And he said, I can. I'll shoot a video, because I want to make sure I'm not introducing a guy who, the girl goes, Roseann, is this the kind of guy who's hiring you? A guy who is not ambulatory? Not that there's anything wrong. There are guys that are in wheelchairs that are super dateable. Mm-hmm. But I want to know what I'm front end loading and what kind of understanding. This girl had been a nurse, and he worked in something to do with the brain. And I don't want to tell who my people are. And she had a background with that as well. And she looked like Angelina Jolie, which doesn't hurt. And I knew that when I met her years ago, and she had just reconnected with me, like within that day or the day before. And I'm just like, I had 3 girls that I told him, I said, this is who I would think of right this second. And you can come back and we'll go through a longer list. But he liked the Angelina Jolie look girl. And I said, you know what I really like about this is you guys are both built from the same personality. You both love people, and you both are fun and engaging. And I want to see what that, and then she just had knee surgery. Not that that'll give her away. How many people have had knee surgery that look like Angelina Jolie? Probably not that many. But you would be okay if I said that. But they actually, what was funny, he said, when you hit it off and you talk about everything under the sun, he said, in Italy, you can buy a house for like $1, and you just have to do something for 3 years to like benefit the economy. And he says, we could split it 50 cents each. And I'm like, that's fun. Isn't that fun? So they've already done it. So in Northern Arizona, and they're talking about getting a place up there, and it just blows my mind. But the way I look at this is if I don't get tomorrow, that was a good story to tell the world about today, because I want people to believe in love and to believe that somebody who could excite you exists. Yeah.
Well, not that we're talking about me and my love life, but I met with the love of my life when I was 19, and we've been married a long time. So she's my heart and soul. Mishy, you know who you are. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Friday. Look forward to getting more depth and speaking to anybody that has any interest in the world of e-commerce, that wants to know about it, learn about it. I'm not necessarily here to sell anything. I just want to help people be able to kind of have a side gig, have a side hobby, whatever you want to call it, side hustle. It's amazing what you can do with an e-commerce business, and I want to be able to show you what that's about. And the same thing that Roseann's here to tell us a little bit more about social life and how to do what we're doing right here.
Well, it's
how to connect.
I'm going to be talking about what people are doing that's unique in movement making that you might not have seen, from somebody who wants to be an astronaut to Alice Cooper. I already mentioned her. I don't want to, there's so many exciting nuggets in it, but I don't want Eliances to be disappointed that we told too much before the show.
No, we haven't told anything.
So we're going to have
I'm not talking about Piggyback Rider at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not talking about matchmaking. So it'll be fun. It's going to be really, really neat. And I appreciate Eliances for doing this. And we wanted to do some live just to kind of get the word out there. And I wanted you guys to hear what Piggyback Rider is about. I mean, it's just blew my mind, Brian, that you created this and that it's gotten 100 million views, and that Elon Musk and the others just have
Yeah.
blown it up, and that you created this with your brothers. It's just beautiful.
It's fun. You know, the funniest part of it is my daughters, both of my daughters, they're 10 and 13 now. They were in those videos that went viral. And when I tell them, I'm like, you guys are famous, you know, and they're like, meh. I'm like, what do you mean? And they said, that's your fame, not our fame. We didn't do that. And I kind of felt hard about it for a minute. And then I went back and I said, you know what, girls? I said, I don't agree, because you're the ones that allowed me to create this product, which basically got us to the point of where we're at. And then the video just, you know, it worked between all the different channels and the distribution, and people out there, you know, were engaged with it. So
people could,
you guys made it happen, and they won't accept that they're famous, but I said, you're famous. So,
well, thank you so much for
no problem
having the patience and coming on here and sharing your story and being with me on Friday. I will see you and everybody then.
Sounds good. Bye. Thanks for having me on.
Yes.
Have a great day.
You too.